What's up, and welcome back to another episode of It's Not Them, It's You. Today we're going to be talking about oversharing, and trust me, I can talk a lot about that topic. I don't have secrets. I tell people everything, but I'm totally okay with that because this is something that my soul needs. I just learned a few things about when and where I need to shut up and to who I can talk to and to who I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So first I want to talk about where oversharing comes from. I can't talk for everyone, but I can talk for myself. And for me, I think it came from my childhood a lot because as a kid I didn't really have any friends and I couldn't really talk to anyone. And even if I did, I never talked about my feelings. Not to my friends, not to my parents, not to teachers or anyone, really. I just didn't talk about my feelings. I didn't know how. I was kind of avoidant with my feelings. Like, I didn't like to think about what I feel. I didn't like to feel what I feel. I didn't like to talk about what I feel. That's the biggest one. I didn't like to talk about anything. But as I grew older and more, sharp in the head, I kind of learned that not talking about your feelings will make them so much worse. If you never let your thoughts out of your head, they will spin in circles over and over and over and over again. And when I learned that, I started to talk about my feelings a little more. And that little more turned into a lot. Like, all the time. And so I started to talk about how I feel, and I started to talk about all the things that I experienced, and a lot of unnecessary stuff too. Like, who cares what I ate for lunch yesterday? Who cares? But I like talking about it. I like talking about shit. That's why I'm doing this podcast, because I like to talk. And I enjoy doing it. And I do not think that it's a bad thing to do so. So you might be having a problem with oversharing and you feel like other people make you feel like you talk too much or you're annoying or whatever. And I want you to know that other people's state of mind and their energy does not concern you. Whatever your soul needs, whatever you feel like you need, do it. Don't let yourself get pushed to the side by someone that thinks you're cringe or boring or weird. Because let me tell you something. I'm cringe and weird. I'm definitely not boring. But I am cringe and weird. And I don't have a problem with that. Because most of my friends are a little cringe and weird. And I love them so much for it. Because it would be so boring without it. You know what I'm trying to say? Sometimes someone has a bad day. And you talking to them might annoy them or like trigger them in some kind of way. And they won't tell you, they won't lash out on you, but you will feel their energy. You will feel when your presence is unwanted. I just want you to know that that has nothing to do with you directly as a person. Other people go through shit. They go through a lot of shit. Same amount as you do. Maybe even more, maybe even less. We don't know. But everyone goes through shit. And sometimes we just get annoyed. Sometimes we just want to be alone. And that's okay. Don't let that put you down. And if someone does that on a regular basis, if someone makes you feel like you're just annoying and you do not matter to them, fuck them. You don't need to be around those people. You don't. When you overshare, that's actually your subconscious trying to make sense of your thoughts and feelings. So you speaking it will make it clearer for you. I think we all know a situation where we haven't been doing too well, and then we talked to a friend about what's been bothering us and what was going on, and we couldn't really voice it at first, but while the conversation was going, you kind of got to put the pieces together. And by the end of it, you might feel better, but most importantly, you can voice your problem, you can voice your feelings, and you know where you're at. And that's so important to do that. It's so important to speak up. Speak to a friend. And if you don't have any friends, or you feel like you don't have any friends, write it down. I have a journal, a really pretty one actually, that I write in. And sometimes it's more deep, sometimes it's less. But it's just good to like get the shit out of your head. You need to have a clear head so you can work as a human being. You need to be present for school, for work, for your friends, for other things that you have to do. And you just can't do that when your head is full of negative thoughts and experiences that you just didn't get to let go of yet. So you need to find balance and peace with your thoughts and your words. It's kind of hard to figure out who you can talk to and who you can't. Like, who you can vent and yap to and who you can't. Because, you know, at first you just start yapping. You don't really think about it. But you start to realize the energy people are putting out towards you. And I want you to actually sit and feel it. And I want you to take it in and notice and think. Why do I feel like this specific person feels that way towards me? Do I actually know if they feel this way towards me? Speak to them and try to find out what makes you feel the way you do about them and what makes them feel the way they do about you. Good friends won't have you question that. At least that's what I believe. I've been friends with people that made me question if they actually liked me or not. And maybe they did actually like me, but by the end of it, I always got disappointed one way or another. And that's because I have a really good gut feeling. I know when something is off. And I believe that if you listen to your gut, if you take in all the energy around you, you will get a pretty good feeling about who's good for you and who's not. And if you don't, ask your moms. Shout out to my mom. She's my best friend. I love her so much. Mom, if you see this, I love you. Ask your moms, because I promise you, moms are always right. If they don't like some of your friends, it better be for a good reason. And you might not understand the reason. But there hasn't been a single time where my mom has been wrong about a person. Not once. Moms just know things. And if you feel like you don't have like a mom, or like you do, but you know you don't really have a good relationship with your mom, maybe you have a friend that has a mom. Ask them. Because if they've known you long enough, they'll have a pretty good feeling for that too. Now that we're talking about oversharing, I kind of realized that I haven't really told you guys a lot about myself yet. So I feel like I should maybe do that. And since I kind of already said everything that I wanted to say, we're gonna talk a little bit about myself. Talk about oversharing. If you don't care, you can leave. I love you. And if you do, let's yap. So my name's Callum, as you can probably tell by the name of this channel. I'm 19 years old. I'll be 20 on June 20th this year. So I'm an '06 baby. It's kind of weird because I feel like I'm much older. At work, I always tell people my mental age is 57. And let me tell you, my body is adjusting to that. Like, both of my knees are fucked, my hip is fucked, my neck is constantly, like, tensed up. I have terrible migraines. I just feel old, okay? I feel young and old at the same time. I feel like my body is adjusting to my mental state. Yeah. I'm in an apprenticeship, and I go to trade school. This, like, linked to each other. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I actually live in Switzerland. I don't think I told you that before. And I'm learning to become a system gastronomy specialist. That might be a new term for most of you guys. It has a lot to do with food, or more so fast food, but not only. It's kind of difficult to explain the job actually, but it's like it's a mix of being a chef and a server, but still different. I don't know, it's difficult to explain. Google it. I actually really like my job. Just working with customers is insane. If you guys work in customer service, you will know. Like customers, like some people, I just don't know how their brains even manage to keep them breathing. But I like most parts of my job. I like food, so that kind of matches. I love to go out to eat. Literally, most of the money I spend is on food and on gas. I bought my first car last July. Kind of funny because I passed my driver's test in August, so I kind of had to wait a little bit. But I got a car, and it's a really nice car. I love my car. He even has a name. His name is Petrolino. I thought that was funny because it's a Peugeot, and it drives with petrol. So I wanted something with a P. And it just kind of happened. Actually, me and two of my friends, we were brainstorming for like 2 hours. We wrote down tons of names, and that one was it. So that's my car. If I ever talk about Petrolino, you will know it's my car. If you don't give your car a name, do you really deserve to have that car? No, I'm just messing with you, but I just thought it was funny to do so. I love to make music. In my free time, all I do is make music. I play the guitar. Not very well, but I do. I used to play drums. I kind of stopped when I got my dog. He's not with us anymore, but I love him dearly. He was like the prettiest dog in the whole entire world. Not the easiest, but I loved him so much. I also sing and I can rap a little bit. I have like a TikTok where I post a little bit of music. I'll link it down below if I don't forget. And I don't know, what else can I tell you? I'm just a very creative person. I enjoy being creative. I'm not necessarily very artsy, but I like to paint. But I'm going more in like an abstract direction. I can't draw people. I can't draw faces. I can't draw trees for anything. But I feel like my abstract paintings are pretty good. I don't know. I like them. Let me show you one. I've painted this when I was maybe 14 years old. It's kind of old, but I really like it. It has like, a lot of texture, a lot of different colors. Oh my god. I don't know. I just really like the painting. I actually sold this before. I sold it for $300, which is insane. But then the guy that bought it couldn't take it to his, I think it was a nursing home. I'm not sure. And I'm not a bad person, so I gave him the money back because I felt bad. I was like, bro, I really don't need the money. Like, of course, everyone needs money, but you know what I mean. It's a painting. It's fine. But I've had it ever since, and it's been hanging. Actually, not hanging. Standing over my bed. But I like it. It's cool. Also, I'm really into fashion. You probably won't really see much of it because I suck at taking pictures of my fits. They always look weird and awful, and I can't take it. But I kind of like just putting together a cool outfit and, just feel fresh and, you know what I mean? I just like to go out and be cool and be like, feel cool. Being cool is objective, but you know what I mean. I remember I was wearing this hat once my good friend Mary gave to me. So much love to you. Wait, let me show you. This one, it's like a fur hat. I love it. It's fake fur, by the way. And I don't know. I wore it to school, and then we walked past like a group of guys, and one of them was like, "How much aura can you have?" to his friends because I walked by, and that just like boosted my confidence because not everyone can wear stuff like that. But I just, I like to experiment with stuff. Also, I'm really interested in poetry. I haven't written a poem in a very long time, but I can write poems. I'm very good with words, I feel. I'm very good at writing songs and writing raps and writing poems and just, putting something down Actually, the best songs I wrote were about fake scenarios, which is kind of funny because I was like, I would never be such a person, but it felt right to talk about it. And it's kind of fun to like see things from somebody else's perspective. So I really like doing that. I like to get out of my own shell and to see things from different angles. That also helps me to understand other people better. And I feel like you should try. Maybe you feel like you're not very good at writing or putting your feelings down or anything, but I want you to give it a try. I feel like it would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I could keep yapping, but that kind of makes it uninteresting for you to keep watching this channel. So I won't tell you everything I like to do and everything that I try to do or whatnot. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. It's kind of fun to like talk about myself too. But that was it actually for today's episode. It's kind of a little bit of a shorter one, but still long enough to post. So I will. If you liked it, please leave me a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss any more episodes. And also comment down below if you have any questions or things you would like to know or learn about. I can talk about a lot. Because people always say, oh, what can this 19-year-old tell me? I can teach you about a lot of things. Trust. You just need to ask. And I'll give you an answer. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.